Go. Powered by Riverside.
Hold up, bro. Let me take my apple cider vinegar pills.
You trying to be a bad bitch this summer. You
I'm
want your pussy
trying,
to
bro.
smell good and all that.
Yo, you already know. I'm trying to smell like lemon sorry.
Nigga about to hit Miami. Get that Brazilian. You look like the type of nigga to get a Brazilian before you go to Miami.
I'm going to Miami in September.
Yeah, I bet you got a wax scheduled for August.
End of August.
You're gonna get his butthole waxed.
Oh, please.
This is episode 8.
Episode 8.
All right. Welcome, world. Welcome to our little corner of the universe. This is the Ant and CJ show. I am CJ. That's Ant over there with this ghoulish grin that we're all being forced to look at. I see you got a nice little addition to your background back there.
Oh, you already know. We're expanding.
I fuck with it. I like it.
I gotta fuck with the background. Backdrop, make it look a little bit more appealing.
I like it. It looks good.
Yes, sir.
We are here. This is episode 8 for all of you fuckers out there that like to sit and listen to us bring you the most important news that's happening out there in the world. We do this for the culture, to let y'all know what a nigga look like when a nigga in a roadster. I mean, that's just what we do.
So before we get into things, and before we get into this very, very entertaining day of hip hop that we had yesterday,
we got some shit.
I went to Bad Bunny concert yesterday.
All right, here we go.
Hit up the New York show. First of all, it was crazy packed. I mean, sold out Barclays, so you can only imagine. Lines were crazy, and I had express check-in through Clear, so I didn't really have to deal with the security lines that much as everybody else did. But my line was still crazy to get in. It was a good show, though. My boy put on a really good show. Went 3 hours on stage. Came out at 9:30 with a full orchestra for his intro. Started singing at 9:40. Hopped off stage at 12:30 a.m. So did a full 3 hour show. So everybody complaining about ticket prices and all that stuff. He puts on a really good show. Put on a really, really good show, because I know normal artists usually give you like an hour and a half on stage and then they dip. But 3 hours on stage, has some really decent seats. It was just crazy to see the love and attention that he was getting and how everybody was just like so engaged with it. Really, quite honestly, kind of brought back my passion for music. Think it's time for me to get back in the booth.
It's about goddamn time.
I think it's about time for me to get back in the booth. I think I can honestly say that, I got chills watching him perform yesterday a couple times, and goosebumps and the hairs were kind of rising, seeing how the crowd was reacting and responding to his music and responding to him interacting with them, and kind of reinvigorated that passion for me and kind of brought me to thinking like, yo, this could have been me if I would have kept going. So, I mean, night is still young. Why not go ahead and get back into this shit? So, breaking news, I'm gonna get back into this shit, boy.
All right, it's good to hear.
Let's do it.
Great news.
Let's do it.
I wasn't aware that Bad Bunny had such influence over you. I didn't know that he made you as hard as he does. So that's good to know. Okay, cool. I'm happy to hear you coming back to music.
For sure.
Yeah, that's good.
So
belong behind the mic and not just doing this with me.
So for all our people out there that are listening from Netherlands and UK and Australia and all our overseas people that have been tuning into our shit, if any of y'all producers, send us some beats, send us some shit. Let's collab.
Yeah, shout out to Finland and Switzerland and
For sure.
the Dutch.
Let's collab. Let's do this shit like we used to do it. CJ is gonna manage my music as always. He'll be my he'll be my talent manager.
Possibly. Possibly. CJ knees don't work as well as they used to, and he don't move the same. But
Yeah,
we
it's
here.
fine. We'll get you one of those wheelchairs, the electronic ones.
I'll take it. Or give me some.
Get you a mobility scooter.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But let's digress. Let's move on.
Yeah,
it was a crazy 2 days in music.
We got a couple things to get into. I think it's only right that we start with the reason that all of this is happening in the first place.
Rest in peace to K. Dot.
I wouldn't go that far, but okay. Future and Metro dropped again.
Fuckers.
Their second release in 4 weeks? Future and Metro dropped again. We still don't trust you. Have you got a chance to listen to the album?
Listen to it. It's trash. Which is what I expected.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that from you.
Actually. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to hip hop, like I listen thoroughly to it, right? And I give it a solid 2 or 3 listens before I go ahead and make my judgment. But I don't know, man. I think it's trash.
Yeah, you get a lot of hookah lounge music with Future.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's gonna be a lot of shit that bitches just want to smoke hookah and shake some ass to. So, and I'm here for it. I mean, shout out to the hookah lounges, shout out to Future, and shout out to the bitches' asses that's shaking all over the club.
The Future keeping everybody in business.
Yeah, Future, he turning up. Atlanta really approved of Future's last 2 drops. You can't really go anywhere without hearing Future. But Southern artists still very much get appreciation from the South.
Yeah.
While New York artists don't really get as much love down here.
No, I mean, we were having this conversation the other day, right? Like, there's a lot of artists down there that are getting a lot more play than they would ever get up here. And a lot of artists down there that up here, they're just like internet celebrities. They're not really big.
Lil Boosie, they look at Lil Boosie like God down here.
Yeah, and up here, Little Boosie is just an internet troll.
Yeah.
It's just how things are. I mean, I'm sure he probably has a fan base up here. I don't think his fan base is as large as you would assume. Yeah, but
it's interesting because French Montana actually has a really big following down here too, in the South, which I didn't really expect that.
I mean, he's big down in Florida. He always has been down in Miami, which is why he has that Ross approval down there.
Okay. A$AP Rocky appears on this Metro and Future album.
Yes.
And I mean, I think that the only person who is allowed to sit and talk that kind of shit to Drake is A$AP Rocky. Because it's well known and well documented that Drake kind of had a little thing with Rihanna prior to A$AP Rocky's involvement with her.
But can he really be the one that has that much say? Because he's gone on record as saying that the only one who assisted him in his career at the very beginning was Drake, and that he owes Drake a large portion of his career.
Oh, hell yeah. Because the two things are separate. On Drake's last album, he took a little dig at Rihanna and A$AP. If I'm A$AP Rocky, I have been silent. I haven't really been releasing no music.
Mm-hmm.
I've never shown you anything but love and respect and admiration. For you to just kind of pop up on your album talking about my wife and, if I'm A$AP Rocky, yeah, I'm firing. And A$AP is the only nigga that can talk that spicy to Drake about this situation. Because Drake has been open about the fact that Rihanna is the girl of his dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Drake has said publicly that Rihanna is the one that he wishes he had a family with.
But he didn't seal the deal.
And A$AP married her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, A$AP got one up. Now A$AP got more than one up, because not only did I fuck your baby mom, but I married the girl of your dreams, and you just gotta sit and be mad. So
I mean, if we're being honest, I think a large majority of the industry probably fucked his baby moms.
yeah,
I mean, I think half the industry probably got around that. I mean, we know there's been a lot of ramblings about her past and how she was. I think she was a video cam girl.
yeah.
But I mean, the only thing I really would give him is just the Rihanna situation. Like, yeah, he did that. He married Rihanna.
Yeah, and that's a win. I mean, regardless,
Oh yeah,
that's
an
a
automatic
win.
win. Automatic
Yeah,
win.
he's from Harlem, so that's a
Harlem
win.
World. Harlem World.
Fucking backing down from no Canadian nigga. The fuck? Who the fuck we are? Fuck Niagara Falls. The fuck?
But I mean, like I said, I think the delivery was a little weaker than what it should have been.
But we finally got the response that we've been looking for. So Drake, the self-proclaimed sixth god,
Yep.
came down from his throne in Winnipeg or wherever the fuck.
Yep.
Fucking Toronto, Montreal. Walked out of Tim Hortons with his BlackBerry. Wrote a little something something.
Little something something.
And leaked it.
A little something something.
What are your thoughts on the Drake diss?
Straight fire. He won. Right now, at least. He's up.
We talk about the same Drake. We talking about push-ups. Drop and give me 50. Drop and give me 50. That's what we talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Why you think that?
All right. Let me start off here though. Why do you not think that?
I thought it was a good diss track. I thought it had everything that you would want from a diss track.
Which
it was a little bit funny. It had some memorable lines. It had something that people are going to kind of stick to make it, clever.
Okay.
I think that why people are responding to it this way,
okay,
where everybody is kind of on Drake's dick now,
mm-hmm.
is because Drake made a diss track that has like catchy hooks and shit.
No, I don't think that's
and
the
it's
reason.
like the song is dope, but it's not a 10. It's not this bazooka that everybody is trying to make it seem like it is.
Are you sure about that?
I believe so. Now,
I think you're wrong.
Don't get me wrong. Drake had some very memorable lines in this shit.
Memorable in terms of the fact that they made you be like, oh, or like memorable because they were a hard diss?
Memorable because they were funny. You can't tell Kendrick Lamar that he can't be a big stepper because he wears a size 7 men's shoe. That's wild.
That is wild.
Like, to look across the room and tell a nigga you too small to even talk to me is crazy.
Pipsqueak.
He called him a pipsqueak. Like, that's nuts.
I mean,
but is that really like the tough blow that we were looking for?
I mean, and I had to pull up the lyrics just to go through this with you because I knew this was going to be an argument, right?
Okay, let's do it.
So he starts off, I can never be nobody number one fan. He goes ahead and pushes forward and says, pull your contract because we got to see the split. Throwing his jabs at K. Dot, especially with his hook, because it is on record as being said that Top Dog takes 50% of everything K. Dot makes.
Okay.
Which is why he's going with his drop and give me 50.
I get that. And I think that would be a much harder punch if K. Dot was still on TDE. I already left the label. Why are you talking about shit from a label that I'm not even under anymore?
Okay.
Now I got my own shit with my own artist.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just feel like, but okay. All right. Drop and give me 50. Like, yeah, okay. Top Dog was taking 50%. Cool. That's a nice little blow. And it's clever. Drop and give me 50 is like a little push-up line and shit like that. All right, cool. If I'm Kendrick, I'm not losing no sleep over that, though.
Now, what gets me too is how he goes, You ain't in no big three. SZA got you wiped down. Obviously, them having been on the same label.
Mm-hmm.
Travis got you wiped down. Savage got you wiped down. Those two, okay, fine, whatever. Then he goes, like your label boy, you in the scope right now, and you gonna feel the aftermath of what I write down. Inner scope aftermath, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Now,
what's a prince to a king? He a son.
Now that line I liked. What's a prince to a king? He's my son.
Get more love in the city that you from.
Come on. He talking that greasy shit.
And then the part I just found fucking hilarious. Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums.
He talking that greasy shit. But see, there's a difference in that and what it is that you can say to Kendrick. See, separate into this, because there's a lot of parts and pieces that come with this.
Yeah.
The Metro line was perfect. Because if you check any of Metro's socials, his socials are flooded with Metro shut your hoe ass up and make a drum. He can't post a picture, a comment, no nothing without the internet letting him have it.
Of course. So, which was inevitable.
Yeah. Metro is a meme now.
100%.
Metro Boomin is a meme now. His career is never going to be the same. Anytime he ever posts anything from this point on, the world is going to let him fucking have it. So Drake accomplished something with this. He ain't have nothing for Kendrick that hit that hard.
Okay.
Nothing.
Now we move on, right? When he goes, I be with some bodyguards like Whitney. Really?
Break that down for me.
Whitney is Kendrick's wife, who is rumored to have had an affair with Kendrick's bodyguard.
I have never heard that rumor before.
Yeah. So Whitney is Kendrick's wife, or the name of Kendrick's wife, and it's rumored that she had an affair with one of Kendrick's bodyguards.
If that part about Kendrick's wife fucking the bodyguard is accurate, and Drake dropped that in the song, then I revisit exactly how hard, because that's a punch.
That is a punch. That's a hard punch.
Yeah, that's a hit. Like that's way more than a body blow.
So we move on.
Okay.
And Drake moves towards Ross.
Move.
I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky.
Oh.
Can't believe he jumping in. This nigga turned almost 50.
Yeah.
Every song that made it on the chart, he got from Drizzy.
Yeah.
Spend that little check you got and stay up out my business.
See, now I hate that this is happening between them. Because Drake and Rick Ross are one of my favorite rap duos together. Okay. To me, that's one of hip hop's elite tag teams. That's like Undertaker and Kane. That's the Brothers of Destruction right there.
So here's my thing, right? And here's my take on this situation, right? You look at Drake, right? Drake is in the peak of his career. Drake is obviously going to go ahead and hit up all these women and all this shit, right? Like he's going to hit up all these girls in the DMs and all this stuff, whatever, right? Drake, obviously knowing where he is, he's going to go ahead and be like, yo, I could easily smash. I could easily pipe down that girl, whatever. We're talking about Rose. Now, you talking about the fact that you're almost 50 years old and you're upset at a 30-something-year-old because he piped and hit up a video model that you were hitting at the time?
Honestly, I don't see what age has anything to do with anything.
Okay, but it's like you're a grown-ass man. Or at least you should be acting. Men. Well, yes, but
here's the thing, and I can't let you get that off, because it's if you were in those shoes, you would respond exactly the same way.
Okay, so what? He was in love with the girl?
No.
We know that in the industry they pass around these video girls like they candy at a party.
And that might very well be true. But this is your homeboy. Let's say it's me and you. And you talking to a girl and you like her, you smash a couple times, like, y'all cool, y'all just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
But I come and sneak in on some sneaky shit. I don't say nothing to you. And you just so happen to find out from her that we've been fucking the last couple months or something like that.
I mean, yeah, I take
it. That's my homeboy. If I'm talking to her, I'm supposed to come run that through you.
Yeah, because that's true.
We good. I'm supposed to come and have a conversation with you. Yo, what's y'all situation? Like, I'm thinking about hollering at shorty. Not because I need to check in with you or nothing like that, but out of respect for you as my homeboy and whatever y'all situation might be, I just want to come and put you on. I want to come and let you know, yo, she trying to throw something at me. And I'm going to take it. Like, I feel like if that's what happened, Drake is a slimy nigga. And that don't go against anything that anybody been saying about Drake for a long time. He fucked Wayne girl when Wayne was in prison. And that's Wayne.
Yeah.
He needs therapy.
But, I think that this is his game, right? I think that he fucks their girl so that he has one up on them when he goes ahead and releases these tracks.
Yeah.
But what I also think is that he definitely learned something from the Pusha T beef that he had, and how he knows he lost that battle completely. Yeah. And he accepted that and he knows it. Yeah. And now he's playing the cards just like Pusha played the cards. So he's not throwing the jabs that are obvious, that it's not the, oh, I'm gonna diss Cole and be like, yo, Cole's a bitch ass for going on stage and saying this and that about you, whatever. He's not. He's gonna go ahead and he's throwing the jabs that only the inner circle knows. So he starts with, I don't care what Cole said, that dot shit was weak as fuck, my opinion. And then he goes on and then takes a jab at K Dot when he goes, I'm with my bodyguards like Whitney. Talking about your wife, who is rumored to have had an affair with a bodyguard. Like, he's throwing these jabs as if though they're coming from the inner circle information. And he even says it at the end of the song when he goes, don't wake the demon. You don't want to get me started. This ain't even half the shit that I know about all y'all motherfuckers.
See, but so there's two big things that I hate with the direction that this is going in. The first reason I really hate the direction that this whole thing is going in is now it looks like Drake versus the field. And that's not what I care about. Me personally, I don't give a fuck what Rick Ross and Drake are beefing over. Mm-hmm. I don't.
Quite honestly, I think Future and Metro are fucking bitches for what they did. For dropping 2 albums that they're going to go ahead and basically like dedicate towards dissing Drake on. Like the whole, like
it's not the first time the Future has dropped double albums back to back like this.
No, but I'm just saying, like, the fact that your whole premise of the purpose of this album is basically like to kind of throw shots at another artist in the industry, regardless, like drop a fucking diss song. Why you got to drop 2 albums worth of content to go ahead and be like, oh, and I'm gonna put people who got some shit to say about you on these albums and release it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get a Cole feature and put Cole on this album, who's your boy.
Yeah, I mean, I get that too. I don't know if I would go as far as to say that they bitches. I think that that's decent. I mean, that's a good strategy if you want to get talked about. I just don't think that they needed the extra hype to be able to do what this album was going to do. Like, look, Future is an established artist.
Metro's last album was decent. Like his last album, Heroes and Villains was
fire.
It was fire. And that was your production album with a bunch of features, obviously, because you're a producer, you're not an artist. Mm-hmm. You could have easily gone ahead, as so many people have done in the past, and done an album with Future, and it would have just been, the focus would have been a Future and Metro album. I think the focus has shifted from it being a Future and Metro album to it being an album throwing jabs and taking shots at Drake, and all these people being throwing jabs and taking shots at Drake.
But I don't think that they intended it to be that.
I think they did.
They knew what was coming.
100% no. They
knew what was coming with the Kendrick feature. They knew what was coming with the Kendrick feature.
But you're telling me that of the features that you have on there, you're putting The Weeknd. So Kendrick goes ahead. You put Kendrick on a feature. Kendrick throws his jab, and you're like, oh, okay, well, he threw a jab. It is what it is. Then you put The Weeknd. The Weeknd throws his jab. And you're like, oh, The Weeknd threw a jab. Okay, Kendrick did the same thing. All right, it is what it is. Then you put ASAP on there. ASAP throws a jab, and you're like, okay. This shit was premeditated. This was all planned. This was all sat down and discussed that, yo, this is the premise. This is what we're going with. If you got something to say, this is your time to let it out. If not, you could just drop a verse that's going to be basic shit. But I honestly think that this shit was all planned. This shit was sat down and discussed, which is what's disgusting about it, because it's like, what type of artistry is this? Like, you sat down and you're like, I'm going to take jabs. We're going to take jabs. This is our plan. And it's true why Drake comes out and says, like, this is a 20 versus 1.
But see, I don't think Kendrick Lamar intends for it to be that.
No.
Because Kendrick don't need or want the help. I'm sure Kendrick is looking at us at this like, everybody get the fuck out of my way.
No, yeah. And I mean, it's stated that Kendrick already has one in the chamber that he's ready to release in any second. And it's about to drop his response to Drake alone, which I'm looking forward to, quite honestly, because I know that shit is going to be fire. And I know that the shit's going to go hard. At least I hope so.
I think that when it comes to Drake and Kendrick, I think that everybody's verse did exactly what it was supposed to do. Kendrick knew what he was about to do on Like That. He was trying to lure Drake out. And now Drake is out. Now Drake is hitting, and now Kendrick can come back with an actual diss track that's aimed at Drake. But what I don't like is that now it's going to look like everybody is ganging up on Drake when that's not what Kendrick wants. Kendrick wants the ISO. I want the one-on-one. I want to show everybody that I rap better than you, that I make better songs than you, that I'm built for this shit, and you not built for this shit.
I mean, and aside from that, like, first of all, ASAP's not going to drop nothing. ASAP is not going to respond, and we know he's not going to respond. He took it as far as he went, and that's it. Like, that's where it's staying. Ross responded nearly immediately.
Dropped the response.
He responded.
An hour and a half later.
Yeah, he responded nearly immediately.
This is the shit that makes me fucking mad. So here we go. Ross and Drake start beefing, right? And now all of a sudden Drake is the white boy that's trying to be down with the niggas.
Yeah.
Drake been in this game for 20 years.
And now you got a problem with it.
And now he's the white boy?
Yeah.
Y'all been letting Drake get off saying nigga in every other line in every song that he come out with. And now he the white boy?
Mm-hmm. And first of all, I love Ross. Because I do. But you got no place doing a diss song when you're a CEO officer in the state of Florida.
I always thought that Rick Ross was treated very unfairly for that correction officer shit. Because, I mean, let's keep it a buck. The bread is the bread. It's a job. You get paid off of it. And just because I work for corrections don't mean that I'm not making moves. You know how many correction officers be in these prisons and be in these jail systems, and they just do it for the access to these criminals?
Yeah,
they do it for the access for these niggas that's doing life. Because either I'm a middleman for you and whatever you got going on outside, or we business partners and we making moves. I'm not trying to put nothing on Ross. I can't speak for what Ross was doing as a corrections officer. But all that Officer Ricky shit, I think the thing that fucked him up the most was lying about it. Nah, I was never no cop. I was never doing corrections. If he would have just came out and he would have just been like, yeah, nigga, that's me. Like, the fuck? The fuck are y'all gonna do about it? Then he wouldn't have got as much shit for it.
I just don't think that he had a place in responding.
Yeah.
This has to be only solely strictly about K. Dot and Drake. Now.
And J. Cole,
yeah, but Cole's gonna play middleman. Cole's gonna play the freaking priest in this situation, like trying to free everybody of their sins at this point, because he's not gonna go ahead and he's not gonna go and diss Drake knowing that on this new leaf that he turned over, that he just went on tour because of Drake and all of this stuff.
I think that Cole didn't want to get personal with him and Kendrick because Kendrick is his boy. Cole don't love Drake like that.
We'll see. But I mean, those aren't shots that I'm gonna go ahead and take personally at either. Like, if you were to drop some shit like that with those same lines, I'm not gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna take it personal because it's all factual shit.
You can't call me pussy.
But what I'm saying is, like, the jabs he was throwing are not really serious, like anything really to merit him having to drop a whole diss track towards Drake.
I don't want to hear no response but Kendrick's.
We'll see.
I'm sure Kendrick is somewhere struggling with his sanity right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Because how dare Drake come and step into this arena and talk crazy about me?
I mean, let's see. I'm looking forward to this response if it does drop.
Don't be telling niggas I wear a size 7 shoe. That's my business. That's between me and Payless.
Back the fuck up. You can't step hard with your size 7 shoe.
I like that. Drake was talking some big shit on that.
No, yeah, 100%. But like I said, like, and like you said too, like, I agree with you 100%. You got to ISO. This has to be about K-Dot and Drake. The next response that drops needs to be K-Dot's response. Oh, yeah. If ASAP goes ahead, and I'm sure ASAP is even thinking about dropping a track right now.
I don't think ASAP really cared that much. I just think he wanted the world to kind of look at the situation. Everybody heard when Drake threw the little jab at Rihanna on his last album.
I mean, let's see where this goes, right? I think it's a situation that has revived the hip hop beef era.
The beef looked different though from what I remember. Do you remember when Ether came out?
No, 100%. Or what about when freaking Tupac dropped "Hit 'Em Up" for Biggie?
Like there used to be like a venom that came with beefing with a nigga where the streets weren't safe. When Jadakiss dropped Checkmate or 50 Cent dropped Amusement Park, like when that beef shit was happening, the streets weren't safe. And I don't want nobody to be in danger or anything like that.
Or when Ja Rule mentioned Haley's name, Eminem's daughter, in the song, and Eminem just came and said, "The moment I see you, it's on site. Like, you're dead."
I'm looking for that venom. Like, Push had it a little bit when he was battling with Drake, and you hiding a child, and had Drake backpedaling to that. I wasn't hiding my child from the world. I was hiding the world from my child. Pray that they keep it on wax though, and it don't turn into a street thing.
No, I wouldn't want to see it escalate to that either.
I would hate for this to be another Biggie Tupac type of thing where we lose two greats over some bullshit.
I don't think it will go that far. I hope it doesn't. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's been an interesting few days of music. I think it's going to be an interesting next few weeks. Let's see how this progresses. And let's just leave it there to be continued.
If you had to bet, who are you betting walks away from this as the king?
With people backing him, we all know that it's going to be Drizzy.
Answer me this question, and I'm going to try and ask it in a way that doesn't get us canceled.
Here we go.
Do you think that Drake would be as successful as an international act if he was a Muslim?
I think so.
You don't think that him being Jewish plays into his success at all?
I don't think so necessarily, no.
Okay. All right. I strongly disagree, but
I know you disagree because you think about how white privilege has gotten him to certain areas or certain extents. The Wayne endorsement was getting him everywhere.
I think that the Wayne endorsement works for one half of hip hop. I think Wayne's endorsement gets you street credit. I think that Wayne and Jay Prince have protected Drake in these streets for the last 15 years.
100%. Everybody's afraid of what Jay Prince is.
I don't think that Wayne's cosign and Jay Prince's muscle was getting Drake into these boardrooms with Sprite and Apple and all these big endorsements. I think that's him being white, and I think that's him being Jewish. Have you ever seen another community of people stick together like Jews stick together? ever in the history of humankind
No.
have you ever seen people stick together like Jews stick together.
No.
Drake's Jewness definitely plays a part in his success.
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
But it's the being able to play in both worlds. Drake, when he feel like it, he could go and get real white real fast. When he feel like it.
Has he done it though?
Anytime he makes a TV appearance where he's sitting there in a polo shirt that's buttoned all the way up.
When was the last time he made a TV appearance like that?
Anytime you see Drake talking to white people. Anytime, ever. Look how safe he looks.
When was the last time that happened?
Look how safe they look with him.
When was the last time that happened?
When's the last time Drake did an interview? But yeah, so music, I mean, that's the topic, you know. You want to move on to sports?
Let's move on to sports.
Let's start with OJ. Rest in peace to OJ Simpson.
Really? This is what we're doing?
Yeah. Why we can't do a little rest in peace for OJ?
The man killed his wife. He got acquitted of it, but he clearly killed his wife.
Repeat that for me one more time.
Allegedly. Oh, because if the glove don't fit, you must
if the glove don't fit, then you must have quit. See, Johnny Cochran went to that Drake school of writing rhymes. You give him something catchy, we will walk out of here every time.
Oh, my Lord. Listen.
Yeah. Rest in peace to OJ. OJ, as a football player, OJ was legendary.
Okay.
One of the greatest running backs of all time, ever in history.
Solid actor.
Solid actor. And he just provided us with an alternative to getting divorced. So, you know, what bad can you say about OJ?
A lot of things, but we'll move on. I digress. Rest in peace, OJ. Okay.
Yeah, come on. Thank you. One of our black greats. Now, he most likely did murder his wife and her boyfriend, but that's not what we're talking about. Rest in peace to OJ. You saw fucking what's
Caitlyn Jenner?
Bruce, Caitlyn, whatever.
Caitlyn Jenner. That's just said finally.
No, she still got a dick.
No, I think she hasn't answered that. But rumor has it that was surgically it was cut off.
Yo, I think one day we have to have like a real actual discussion about how detrimental the Kardashians are to men and masculine egos around them.
Yeah. I mean Pete Davidson made it out too. No.
As a matter of fact, fuck Ariana Grande too. Fuck Ariana Grande. She's Italian. Where the fuck did you get Grande?
Because it's not Grande, it's Grandee. That's the real pronunciation of her name, but we called it Grande because that's just how we pronounce it. But it's really Grandee.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Grandee, but everybody calls it Grande, obviously, because it's spelled like a fucking chalupa.
Yeah.
Taco Bell, so everybody went with Grande and she took it.
She kind of looked like the little Taco Bell Chihuahua.
Yeah, I'm dead.
She's cuter. Dead. But, you know.
Moving on from food and from orange. Listen, we move on to the NBA.
NBA. Second place for them fucking Knicks.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Listen, that game was wild. The Chicago Knicks game had a playoff feel to it.
All right, so you got the Celtics and the Knicks coming out of the East. Who you got out West?
I'm going with Denver.
Who do you have winning MVP now that the season is over?
Quite honestly, I can care less who it goes to if it's not Brunson.
I think Luka is going to win MVP. He played well when Kyrie was out.
Mm-hmm.
He kept the team competitive. They won 48 games, I think, this year. 49 games. No, they won 50 games this year. They're a fifth seed. They made the playoffs. They didn't have a great roster. They made some good trades at the deadline. Got some good pickups, but Luka has played completely out of his fucking mind all year. Almost triple double. He's averaging like 34. 9-9, almost 10 assists a game. What playoff matchup are you most looking forward to?
I want to see this Cavs Magic matchup.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one.
I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm curious to see the Pacers Bucks.
That's the one that I'm most looking forward to out east.
Yeah.
Because I think Halliburton got a little something to prove.
I think on the East, when we look at the playoffs, the play-in, I think that Atlanta will overcome Chicago. So I think Chicago goes. I think that the 76ers are probably going to beat Miami. So it's going to be Atlanta versus Miami. And then a winner of that game goes on to play the Heat, the Celtics, I mean. So I say that it's probably going to be, ideally, I would like to see Celtics Heat. And it's probably going to be Knicks 76ers. But which is going to be a good matchup. It's going to be a solid, strong matchup, and it's going to be a good test for the Knicks. I think if the Knicks can overcome that, then we should be in a good place. It's going to be a hard run for the Knicks, but I think they can come up.
I think they got a much better chance of beating Philly than they do beating Miami.
Yeah, I think so.
Miami just matches up well with the Knicks, and Bam is just—he's such a defensive force. Like even on the perimeter,
I would like to see Miami go to Boston. Let Boston knock out Miami. Let them knock them out. Honestly,
yeah, you trying to give Boston a tough matchup round one.
Listen,
you trying to get them. You really want to see the Knicks go to the finals?
No, you know what I would really like to see. If I could, I would like to see us reliving the Eastern Conference Finals that the Knicks last made when it was Knicks versus the Heat. The John Starks, Allen Houston era.
A fight on court too.
A fight on court. Bring it on. Bring it to the
dragging Jeff Van Gundy all through the garden.
Listen, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting playoffs. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. So speaking of Philly, the answer, Allen Iverson, greatest. Do you think he's the greatest Philadelphia 76er all time?
Yeah, 100%.
You got him above Dr. J and Moses Malone?
Yeah.
Okay. Better than Barkley?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. All right. Allen Iverson, Philly legend.
Yeah.
The answer, he's probably the most influential basketball player
of all time.
Directly after Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson got a statue up in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's not a statue.
Right outside the arena. It's small, yeah. It's like a real. It looked like a Heisman, but I mean, it's a little statue.
I think they should have done better. I think Iverson deserved a statue, man. He deserves an actual life-size or actual statue that's going to be outside the arena, a lot bigger than what they have now, and just something that's going to give Iverson this place. You got a Rocky statue in Philly at the top of the steps, and Rocky wasn't even a real person. He was an actor.
Yo, and that's...
like, that was a movie character.
So are you gonna share? Are you gonna share with the people what you're doing for your birthday? Or are you gonna keep making us guess?
Man, I don't know yet. It's still up in the air. There's so many potential ideas. I really don't fucking know yet.
Your birthday is in 2 weeks. How do you still not know what you're doing for your birthday?
Man, I am a last minute type of person. It's gotten me this far in life.
Okay.
But I don't know yet. I really don't know. I mean, there's a couple ideas out there. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
What do you think about Quavo and Chris Brown beefing?
Man, I think Chris Brown wiped the floor with Quavo with his shot.
I don't know. I think Quavo wins.
How are you a rapper and you have beef with an R&B singer?
Chris Brown is not just... Chris Brown don't beef like an R&B nigga.
No, he don't. He beef like a rapper.
And here's the thing. The rap niggas are not really beefing like rap niggas. It's been the R&B niggas that's been out here really putting in the work the last couple of years.
For sure. That's true.
Like, niggas is getting punched in the face backstage. They secretly sniping each other's girl. Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion in the foot.
Allegedly. Where are the scars?
You have anything for the people today? 2-minute warning? A little something you want to drop
2-minute
on somebody?
warning. Follow your dreams, follow your goals. Don't let any idea of what could be affect you, man. And I think that's a conversation you and I had recently, man. And like I admitted, a lot of what ifs played a role in me giving up on my my music career, but it's time to get back in the saddle, man. You got to take life by the horns and take the bull by the horns, as they say. Just go pursue your dreams, make it happen. Set the time aside and just do what you got to do.
I think that's great advice.
What about you?
I hope that Lil Wayne is in a good place somewhere, and I hope that he's not too bothered or disturbed by everything that's going on. Ross is beefing, Drake is beefing, Cole is beefing, and like Wayne has so much love for all of these people, and they have so much love and respect for Wayne. I just really, really hope that Wayne is in a good place. So Wayne, if you ever happen to hear this, just know that we love you and we appreciate you, and we hope you're doing all right, for real, for real.
I just want to add one last thing, man. I want to give a shout out to CJ on camera, on record. CJ has been killing this entire production with the editing and the producing of everything that he's been doing behind the scenes, putting together these show topics, making sure that we stay on track, making sure that we're doing everything the right way. So shout out to CJ, man. I got to give you your props and give you your flowers where they're due.
I appreciate that. I wouldn't do this with anybody else. I I love you. You family. You been my brother since day one.
Always.
I wouldn't do this with anybody else. The only exception to that is Trey, but he knows.
Man,
he knows
we love
that.
Trey.
He knows that. He knows where it is that we stand. Because that's my brother too. That's family.
Looking forward to getting Trey on a couple episodes, man.
Oh, most definitely. This has been episode 8, the Ant and CJ show. Y'all keep tuning in. We're going to keep bringing y'all the news. That's what we do. I mean, we going to keep delivering. Check out the YouTube, the IG, the TikTok, Spotify. We out here. We everywhere. We making noise, making moves. We do what we do. Ant, my guy, it's been a pleasure. As always,
CJ, love.
Figure out what you're doing for your birthday, nigga. Because if I got to book something, nobody's going to be happy with what I book for your birthday.
Shit, here we go.
All right. I'll book birthday plans that'll disappoint both of our mothers.
Oh, my Lord. Dear Jesus.
And we out.
Alrighty.